Honda revived the Passport nameplate back in 2019 after nearly 2 decades of it being removed from the market. The first generation and second generation were based off of an Isuzu Rodeo. Now we have a 4th generation Passport, really marketed to be the most capable, rugged Honda SUV crossover ever made. And today we're going to break down all the details on the 2026 Honda Passport, discuss all the trim levels, what you're getting, all the features. So let's get into it. Two most important questions. When is it coming? Early 2025? How much will it cost? They're saying mid 40s. There are 3 trim levels. Today I have for you guys 2 of the trim levels. It does start with the RTL trim level, and I'll explain some of the things you're getting on that trim level today versus these TrailSport models. We have 2 TrailSport models, standard TrailSport right here. And then we have the TrailSport Elite, which is going to give us some more features, ventilated seats. I'll go over all the details with every single trim level here that we have today. Let's start with also, this is built in the Alabama plant, just like many other large platform Hondas are currently. And that means it's going to use a 3.5 liter V6 double overhead cam, 285 horsepower, I believe 262 pound-feet of torque, mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, can tow up to 5,000 pounds. All right, but let's get into the styling here. No longer does it look like it's stablemates from the Honda lineup necessarily. The Pilot looks very different, especially the Ridgeline as well. This Passport, you're not going to mistake it for any other Honda large platform vehicle, obviously with the naming of the Passport up front. But this, I believe it's called Sunset Orange, new color for here, as well as this ash green metallic. They look great on these TrailSport models, and these colors are exclusive, by the way, to these TrailSport models. All right, we see the TrailSport badge right here. I believe on the RTL, by the way, has a matte black grille up top, and this is kind of that matte black finish as well. All right, and I believe you can accessorize that Honda logo to black it out if you want. Now, this hood scoop is not, it's not functional, man, it looks fantastic and really differentiates itself from the other Honda large platform vehicles. All right, let's talk about the headlights. Amber turn signal, or should I say amber daytime running lights here, fully LED headlights. Now on the RTL model, it's the same outline, but they will be a white daytime running light. Now as we go down, fog lights have been moved up. We have parking sensors on this model too, which is quite nice, but fog lights moved up, so when you're approaching maybe a steep hill off-road trail, you're not going to damage those fog lights. All right, let's keep moving down because we get more treats as we go down. These recovery points, they're powder coated to prevent corrosion, but they can also handle 2 times the GVWR of this Passport. They also break away for collisions, so you're not going to be javelin or piercing or forklifting oncoming vehicles. Now we can keep going lower. We're gonna have some more treats. So we have 2 skid plates here, one for the oil pan and one in the back for the gas tank for your off-road journeys. Now, forgot to mention is that the track here is wider, over 1 inch wider in the front and over 1 inch wider in the rear compared to the last Passport. And this vehicle is actually wider than the Pilot. We can see how short this overhang is here. We have 31 inch specially tuned or specially designed with general grabber. Let's get into the better lighting here. 275 width by, and this is I believe the biggest tire Honda's ever put on a Honda vehicle, but 275 width by 60 on 18-inch wheels. Now 18-inch wheels are standard throughout the lineup, even on the RTL. On the RTL, slightly skinnier tires at 265, and those are all seasons as well. Suspension here on the TrailSports have been tuned, different spring rates, different dampers, or different damper tuning, I should say, compared to the RTL. Wheelbase has also gotten bigger here, about a little over 2 inches. Actually, if I remember, it's exactly the same wheelbase as the Pilot. Now it's not quite as long as Pilot. I'll go put it on the screen. I think it's around 200 inches. This is significantly shorter than that, and you can see the overhangs are so much shorter on the front and the rear compared to the larger 3-row sibling. So up top, kind of starts bringing in what Honda calls this backpack design. These roof rails are standard across the lineup, even on the RTL model. They are matte black. Of course, you can put additional accessories on top of it. You see that additional roof rack on top of the roof rails. But this is matte black to protect it. So if you wanted to put fishing poles against it, if you wanted to put skis, lean something against it, it's not going to be like, for example, it's not going to be all scratched up like a glossy black finish would be. I come into the rear, fully LED. Tail lights here look really, really nice. Let's start from the bottom here. We have this 7-pin connector for trailers. Now this is standard on the TrailSport models. And so is this hitch receiver standard on the TrailSport models. I believe it can be equipped on the RTL as an option. 5,000 pounds of towing across the lineup. Now you can see the exhausts are tucked away as well to give you guys a better departure angle, as well as you know, you're just not going to get snagged on anything on the trail. Again, more parking sensors back here. Passport stamped into the steel liftgate, and then the TrailSport badge looking pretty good back here as well. But no longer do we have kind of that angled back to the vehicle. Very upright, very boxy, and boxy is synonymous with capability and functionality. So let's go ahead and lift up the liftgate here. I believe power liftgate is standard across the lineup. Now this adjustable floor is comes with a standard spare tire across the lineup. I know a lot of people appreciate that. And then this piece folds up and you can put something in this recessed area. Of course, we have a Honda generator here, but you could put other things. Well, I'll show you some other things that you could put in there as well. I like the AC power port here, 150 watts for your tailgating needs. You can fit large bottles of water in here. This Molly system, you can connect your things on a carabiner. And this is an optional piece, by the way. Now, look how square this is. Tons of cargo capacity back there. I'll go put on the screen, and definitely probably up there with class leading against its competitors as well. Now at 6'1", I can stand straight under the liftgate here, which is really, really handy. You don't have to worry about banging your head, and which is going to make it a nice camper vehicle as well. We'll talk about some accessories that will benefit your camping needs. We do have smart access key doors here, not in the back. You'll have to get the Elite trim for that. Now, I really like this cloth interior, or cloth accented interior, I should say. We have the synthetic leather too. If we look here, this is exclusive here to this TrailSport standard grade, because on the Elite you're not going to have these very vibrant orange accents. But I like that the accent stitching here, kind of the combination of synthetic leather with the cloth. 60/40 folding seats, and you see it's pretty flat here right into the cargo area. Really appreciate that. Very good access to the top tethers there for the children. And even look at this detail. The stitching goes, they didn't have to do this, but they put the stitching all the way back around the edges with the cup holder down. Coming to the back here, we have vents, which is great for such a large vehicle. More AC power, 2 USB-Cs. We also have standard this cargo mat here that is kind of rubberized, really easy to clean. That it is a little bit different on the TrailSport Elite, so I'll show you those differences here in a little bit. Mat pockets on each side. Headroom is great, and since the wheelbase is longer now, we have more leg room. Standard on the TrailSport as well as this panoramic roof. Rear passengers might really appreciate that, or if you're doing some camping, maybe it becomes a star roof for you. So let's go ahead and get on the front seat. Blind spot monitor standard throughout the lineup, of course. Memory seating is also standard throughout the lineup. If I remember correctly, we have power folding mirrors on this TrailSport model. More of that cloth attention to detail here. TrailSport now on the headrest, but very similar design to those rear seats. We also have lumbar control here, and the passenger seat over there is 4-way adjustable, so front, back, and then tilting, but it doesn't go up and down, for example. I really enjoy the cloth here from the door panels that goes all the way across the dash. I love that it's not like a bright reflective material. I love the cloth. The stitching on it looks great. Soft touch on the dash. Standard across the lineup is this 12-inch touchscreen. It has Google built-in, it has Amazon Alexa, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, volume knob with the illumination around it, passport right there It looks really, really nice and easy to get to. So actually the seat's pretty much set up perfect for me. And it's just really easy. And you have a little shelf here to adjust. Now, this is a 10-inch MID, fully digital, also standard across the lineup. The newest generation of Honda sensing. We also have paddle shifters here for the 10-speed auto. Climate control. Look at this chef's kiss. Now, it is glossy. So it is getting, I mean, I do see a little bit of dust, but there's not a lot of glossy black in here, which I appreciate. So we do have heated seats on this trim. And listen to this. Just perfect tactile and auditory feedback. And these knobs feel pretty chunky. They feel good. I love it. Absolutely love the climate control here. The triple knob setup is pretty standard throughout Honda's lineup nowadays. And that's a great thing. I hope Honda doesn't ever need to get rid of this. USB-Cs, of course, up front. Standard wireless charging. We also have this topographical design around the charger. You also have it in this little storage cubby up there. And look, there's some ambient lighting in there, which is a nice feature here. This trim that we have on the door, it is mirrored here around the cup holders. I'm glad it's not glossy black. Again, we do have a little glossy black here, a little TrailSport orange for the drive select. You know, here's, I guess I can criticize this. This is fine, the push button, but a lot of manufacturers are getting to moving it as like a stock. So it clears this area up for more storage or just other things, maybe another wireless charger, that sort of thing. Notice that the armrest has a cloth on the side, the faux leather on the top, and then we even have a rubber mat in this cargo spot for the armrest. Now, keep in mind, the Acura ZDX, for example, doesn't even come with an insulated bottom to the cargo area. So I like that attention to detail. This feels like a very premium vehicle. Very well thought out from the design point of view. Also auto dimming rear view mirror, sunglasses holder, and we do have a little light there for the vanity. Did I mention the TrailSport on the steering wheel? Also the beautiful stitching. This cross stitching is really, really impressive, really well done. I'm pretty hard on vehicles for their steering wheel stitching. And I didn't even mention the front mats here with the TrailSport logo, again, fully rubber. All right, so now we're going to the TrailSport Elite. This is the top trim. Again, I mentioned that the rear door handles are going to have smart key access. So if you have your hands full with a kid, put your hand in the back door, it'll unlock. Now, the B-pillars here are glossy on the Elite, where on the standard one, they're matted out. Door handles are all glossy throughout the lineup, to my understanding, or at least on the TrailSports. All right, so the wheel designs are next. Again, 18-inch wheels are standard, and something I failed to bring up earlier is that on the TrailSports, the valve stem is recessed, which is going to make sure it doesn't get snagged when you're doing some off-roading. All right, so different wheel design here. You have optional wheel design there, which we'll go over here in a little bit. And then we have a matte black finish on the 18-inch wheels on the standard TrailSport. Okay, more of a glossy finish here. Now up front, it's pretty much identical compared to the standard TrailSport model, except you have the TrailWatch camera here, and then you have the camera washer right next to it, kind of built into this radar cruise control sensor area. All right, getting into the TrailSport Elite here. They replaced a little bit of that cloth that we saw on the standard TrailSport model with more of a leather-like finish, and we do go to full leather here, real leather trim seats compared to the synthetic leather on the standard TrailSport. Again, not as much orange with the stripes, not as much orange on the headrest, but let's go ahead and get on the inside. We also have slightly different mats. These are more of a carpet, easy to clean carpet compared to the rubberized floor mats that you have on the standard TrailSport. All right, we have a 12-speaker Bose sound system in here. What else is different? We have ventilated seats, which again, the standard one only came with heated seats. We have more ambient lighting in here, which I'm not going to be able to show you. It is not customizable. It's just more areas of the vehicle at night are going to be illuminated. We also have a heated steering wheel. That's a nice welcome. And I did mention 360 camera, which I'll show it to you guys in the other model. Let's go and get in the backseat because there are some changes here with the TrailSport Elite compared to the standard TrailSport. Getting in the back, sunshades. Welcome for, especially if you have kids in the back. And notice this little pocket up here. So we have a dual, I guess you could say a dual mat pocket on each chair. Heated outboard seats on this Elite trim. This is about the same, but look, you have the optional climate control here on this TrailSport Elite, or should I say standard on this TrailSport Elite, which it just wasn't there on the base TrailSport model. This of course comes with the panel roof like the other TrailSport model. Now Honda's creating more accessories for this Passport and TrailSport trims than we've ever seen before in the Honda lineup, and this is evidence right here. This optional spare tires, full-size spare tire that matches the wheels on the vehicle, comes with this kind of like safety belt, and it will also come with a kind of a cover to cover up the tire. In the other vehicle we saw a generator. Here we see a tire with this very functional area, and look, you even have cup holders. I didn't notice that earlier. You can put a tent in here since this is no longer being used for the smaller spare tire. And look at that little Easter egg in the back. Look at the little mountain pass area kind of built into the plastic container here for the cargo area. All right, so let's finish up with the TrailSport Elite, but adding more accessories to it. We already showed you the optional spare tire back there. Let's go ahead and start underneath the front end here. We have an aluminum HPD skid plate, which is going to protect kind of like this more plastic bottom portion. Off-road focused, especially if you guys want to take this on the trail to protect the bottom of your vehicle a little bit better. Now I mentioned the optional HPD wheels. Again, these are going to be 18-inch wheels, so nothing really changes. Still the same General Grabber tires that were designed with General Grabber to be exclusive to the TrailSport models. Now also underneath here, these sliders, and I love the orange finish, which kind of reminds us of the orange we saw especially on the base TrailSport model on the inside. The orange finish here on the aluminum, I believe it's aluminum should I say sliders here. Really like that feature. Look how tight it is to the vehicle, so it's not gonna stick out, get caught on anything, or you're not gonna trip over it either. All right, notice the Passport. This is optional. The Passport that's blacked out. I remember seeing it in Ridgeline before. You can get that optional Passport blacked out. Again, for reference, here's what it looks like standard. Recessed, you kind of have these little imprints in there for the black lettering to slot into. So let's go ahead and open up the cargo here. Now Honda says this is kind of an homage to the first generation CR-V with this table. This table, not only is it a partitioner for your luggage, it can be popped out. You put then that side of that bag, there are legs for a table, and then you can have your little camp out table. They can pop right out of the back of your Passport. Now, this is the recovery hook here. It's pretty sturdy. This steel piece here feels like a heavy horseshoe or a kettlebell. So there you go. Then you have that for reference, and very durable and nice feeling table. It almost feels like rubberized with that topographical design right there for that optional table. Again, I forgot to mention you can also push to walk away to close your hatchback as well. And then check this out. Why does this have some lines on it? Well, that's actually the new antenna for the radio. So no longer do you have a shark fin antenna that can get hung up on the trail on branches or whatnot, or it could get hung up on your belongings that you're traveling with. So you see this flat roof here, no shark fin antenna because it has been incorporated into the rear side window. Okay, we saw the black interior on the other TrailSport Elite, so let's look at this brown and black styled interior. And this is, I like how this contrasts a lot better here with the TrailSport logo compared to the fully black model. And let's go and sit inside. I like this dash a lot better too with the brown, with the contrast, because it's all blacked out in the other model, so it looks pretty good here. Okay, I believe that they have the camera working now. As you can see, people walking around out there. Top-down camera view. Now, I should probably close the door because there's a camera on the mirror there. Now it looks a little bit more appropriate. So there you have it. There's the TrailWatch. Let's play with it a little bit. You can see the side views, which is very handy. Front view, of course, you'll have a backup camera too, but this kind of points down just a little bit. I mean, you can see the edges of the front bumper there. So pretty neat feature there. It's definitely a welcome addition here on the new Passport TrailSport. Standard on all the Passports is an elevation counter, which I live in Florida, so it would be kind of comical to see if I'm 10 feet above sea level or 1, whatever. And then on the other side, we have pitch and roll, which is the first time I've ever seen this on a Honda. And look, inside there's a little Honda Passport. Also at the interior, I believe there are 3 different trims. There's black for the TrailSport Elite. There's this brown and black for the TrailSport Elite. And then there's, I believe, a gray. I'll see if I can find an image of that for you guys, but as of right now, I don't know exactly what that gray interior looks like on the TrailSport Elite. And just to clarify, this is on the standard TrailSport, the only interior you will be getting. So this orange and black synthetic leather with the cloth, which I really, really like. Again, I really enjoy this cloth finish here on the dash. I really think Honda has a winner on their hands here. Incredible styling, incredible functionality. Of course, I didn't even mention IVT-M4, which is similar to Acura's super handling all-wheel drive. So that is going to be standard throughout the lineup as well. So it's going to be very capable, very functional. It looks incredible. And for a lot of people, they want a nice, fat, juicy V6. And you're going to have that here with this new double overhead cam 3.5 liter V6 with 285 horsepower. So Honda, I think you hit a home run here with the new TrailSport and the new Passport. I really want to see the base model, the RTL, so I can give you guys my impressions on that. If you like the design and the whole redesign, I should say, of the new Passport, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below. I want to see what you guys think of this new off-roady crossover from Honda. I'll catch you in the next one. So the knock test for
test is all you need, right?
So a lower
of this too, I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is worth its weight in gold, right?
There you go. There you go.
So the knock test, the deeper the sound, the thicker. Is that what it is? Oh, I don't want this to slide. This
is like a lighter aluminum.
I don't want this to fall. It's not really propped up there perfectly.
I'm here. Okay, so the thickness of these is very similar. However, this material is aluminum and ours is stainless steel.
Steel. Okay.
Correct.
All right. So aluminum will be lighter.
Yes.
Okay.
But strength-wise, the stainless steel is heavier, but more formidable.
Solid. Okay. And then what's this? This looks like a grill cover for a barbecue.
Also an oil. Yes. Put that on there. This is an oil pan cover for a smaller comparable vehicle in our segment.
Can you tell us what that is?
This is the Subaru. Yes.
Wilderness?
Yes.
I think so.
Forester or Outback?
Forester Wilderness.
Forester Wilderness. I mean, honestly, it feels like a grill cover, a barbecue.
Barbecue. We'll throw some stuff on there.
Put some shrimp on the barbie. Okay.
And like I mentioned,
thick
ours
stainless
is
steel.
very intentional with the additional recovery point.
Yes. And like you said, it's kind of rounded off so it doesn't fray like a
so
soft.
you can use a soft shackle or a tie-off rope. And then we also have, it doesn't impede on the ventilation.
Cool, yes.
And then it also has these ridges that are very intentional for drainage.
Okay,
anything
good.
catches under there.
Perfect. Well thought out, well designed, very sturdy.